Let me guess. You think you've heard it all before, but you've been lied to by every dating expert there is. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you exactly how to get more high-quality matches on dating apps in under 2 weeks without getting burnt out or feeling discouraged. If you're a straight guy in his 30s who's into gym and self-improvement, lives in a city of at least 250,000 people, and you're coachable, you're willing to put in the work to get what you want, and you still haven't gotten consistent, high-quality matches on dating apps who are excited to see you, it's probably because the odds on Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge are stacked against you. Dating apps are not fair. They are heavily skewed against guys getting matches. The top 1% of guys get all the matches. According to a prominent app statistics firm, 76% of Tinder users are male. This means that just 1 out of every 4 users are girls. Just that statistic alone stacks the odds heavily against you. It's not just that either. Numerous studies and scientific experiments show that women are a lot pickier than they claim to be. Men swipe right on about 50% of the girls they see on dating apps. Women swipe right on about 1 out of every 20. So you're not imagining it. It's tough, even for a guy that's above average. And it can feel like there's no way to win except not to play. But there's nothing further from the truth. Now, before I go into exactly how this works, let me first show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here's Alexi, a guy I worked with who went from having okay photos and okay matches to having to delete the apps because he could not fit the girls in his schedule. He's now dating the woman of his dreams, who he met from the apps with an upgraded profile. And here's Alistair, a guy who also wasn't getting the matches that he wanted on dating apps. In fact, he was barely getting any, who also had to delete the apps because he didn't have time for all the girls who wanted time in his schedule after we upgraded his profile. And here's Brian, a guy who worked with a different photographer but didn't get any results, who got these results after I helped him without even trying. I got this text from him shortly after we worked together with a screenshot of the Hinge app with 81 notifications. And he says, quote, "Haven't been dating much because of other priorities. Above pick is likes and matches total while half-assing dating on just one app." The best part about the Paparazzi Factor is you can use it to get girls to cuddle with, make out with, or whatever else you want from dating apps without feeling discouraged or like you're pouring all your time and energy into dating apps with nothing to show for it except wasted time and frustration. Let's pause for a moment though. You're probably worried this is another thing you'll spend time, energy, and money on only to waste your time and feel more lost, hopeless, and lonely than you feel right now. You might have even tried other photographers. Remember Brian from before, who got tons of matches even after working with another photographer, even though he wasn't even trying? He'd worked with a very expensive photographer before me, and it didn't change his results at all. He was nervous to take the plunge again with me, but in the end he was very thankful that he did. Many people I work with have worked with other photographers and have been discouraged from trying to do it again because they haven't gotten the results they want. The thing is, no other photographer understands the paparazzi factor. And you might think that only a certain kind of girl is on the apps, and that if you want anything other than super casual sex, which is an awesome goal by the way, but if you want something more serious, you might think you can't find it on the apps. So many clients of mine have found love, have found a solid, serious girlfriend after working with me from the dating apps. Sergio is one of them. He went, after upgrading his profile, he went on several dates, found a girl he loves, and he's been dating her for almost 2 years at this point. I also have a client who's about to marry the love of his life thanks to upgrading his profile and putting himself in a good position to attract high quality girls from dating apps. Let me show you how this is all possible. Right now, about 1 out of every 100 guys are getting all the matches on dating apps. And this can seem like the game is rigged, like the only way to win is not to play. But the truth is, most guys put almost no effort into their dating profile. They put up a bathroom selfie or a photo of them inside their car, seatbelt buckled, or random photos that their friends snap. And the guys who do put in a little effort, they have no idea how the paparazzi factor works or even how to operate a quality camera. So while guys that put effort into their dating profiles get a little bit better results than guys who put up gym selfies, they're barely getting the matches they want because they're not understanding how this all works. This gives guys like you who are ready to invest in their success and who are aware of the solution and who are willing to put in the work a perfect opportunity to leapfrog the 99% and be in the top 1% of matches on dating apps and get all the matches. I call this the dating profile upgrade package, and it's exactly how Dan met the woman of his dreams from dating apps. And it's how Rishi, a guy who went from almost no dates with girls he wasn't attracted to new girls every single week, and eventually he found the girl he dated for almost 2 years. It's also how Michael went from almost no dates with girls he was attracted to finding a core rotation of girls that he enjoys spending time with, excited to come back for more every single week, even with his busy schedule. They all used the 3-step process that I'll share with you right here. I call it the paparazzi factor, and it's very simple. You see, the reason why it works so well is a lot of celebrities are actually only a bit above average in the looks department. In fact, you probably beat them in their physique, their grooming, or other aspects of the way that they look. But the photos that celebrities curate, or rather their PR teams or their agents, show their strengths in a way that makes them feel larger than life. Here's a great example. 2 photos of Chris Evans. As you can see, one of them gives him a cool, fun, exciting, mysterious feel. Somebody snapped a photo of him talking to a mystery woman, lighting a cigarette. He feels like a badass. I can feel what it would be like to be around him. And the other one makes him feel like a slob. This is not a guy that I would like to grab a beer with, or have a conversation with, or hang out with. But it's the same guy. The only difference is one of them incorporates the paparazzi factor and one of them does not. In order to make this happen, you need to do only 3 things. Number 1 is upgrade your wardrobe. A huge reason that a lot of guys aren't getting matches on dating apps is because they're picking clothes that are really comfortable, but they don't make sense fashion-wise. Numerous polls and scientific studies confirm that women base a large amount of their dating decisions on guys' fashion. Maximize this and it'll make up for any insecurities you have about your height, weight, and confidence. You don't know this, but I'm actually quite a short guy, and I still get matches on dating apps because I make up for it with this process. Number 2 is to plan photos that show your personality, not just look cool. If you practice guitar, that's a great opportunity to show that part of you off on dating apps. Do you like to play chess, work out, produce music, work at cafes, grab a beer with your friends? Nothing is too mundane if you take the right kind of photo and incorporate the paparazzi factor. Step number 3 is to get kick-ass, candid feeling photos of you doing all the things that you listed in step number 2. This is the tricky part. It's very difficult to ride that line between a candid, flattering photo and an overly posed photo that feels fake. It needs to look natural, like you were not aware that somebody was taking a photo of you at that moment. And that's where I come in. I found most photographers don't know how to do this, and they completely miss the paparazzi factor, making the photos look too posed and too planned. And that completely nixes the effect they have on dating apps. But if you find the right photographer, all you have to do is sit back and let them cook. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, how do I know that this actually works? Let me quickly explain how I discovered it and why you should even listen to me at all. My name is Joe Bookoff, and before I founded my company Dating Unchained that offers the best and quickest leaps in dating profile results, I was just your average underappreciated guy on Tinder. I hadn't discovered the paparazzi factor. I felt ignored and invisible and discouraged. To make matters worse, I was actually about to swear off the apps for good and accept a life of loneliness and a high monthly budget for Vaseline. I didn't even want a lot. I just wanted girls to match with me, stop flaking with me, and maybe if I got lucky every now and then, for a girl to come and cuddle and make out with me for a little bit. But one night after the last flake in a line of flakes, things got really bad. I broke and I cried and bawled in the stiff hostel mattress I was sleeping on, muttering to myself, I just want to feel loved. Why is it so hard? And yes, this is a true story, as embarrassing as it is to tell. And that's when I realized there were only 2 options. Number 1 was to continue putting whatever photos I thought were cool on dating apps and continue to deal with barely getting any matches, and certainly not any I was excited about, and to continue dealing with girls not responding, flaking, or ghosting before the date, and feeling invisible, ignored, and unwanted. Option number 2 was to crack the code on dating apps and figure out how to get the matches that I desperately wanted, so I could get attractive girls wanting time with me at will and fill my life with cuddles, makeout sessions, and whatever else I wanted, whenever I wanted. After that night, I took as many photos as I could and went out and experimented to see what would and wouldn't work. I uploaded photo after photo to my dating profile. Finally, with 3 weeks left on my trip, I matched with a beautiful, warm, loving, sexy, feminine woman. For the last 3 weeks, we not only cuddled and made out whenever we could, we lived together, went on fun dates around town, and enjoyed one of the most fulfilling flings of my entire life. I got all the intimacy, closeness, physicality, and love that I've been missing. When I got back to the US, I took the lessons that I learned to turn my luck around and started helping other guys do the same. Soon, people were asking me to fly out to help them in other cities. And soon after that, people flew me to other countries and continents. As of right now, I've helped over 170 guys in more than 40 cities, 5 countries, and 3 continents. Most guys take dating photos with only one objective in mind. They want to look cool and impressive. It's an understandable mistake. It's how we as guys think. If a guy friend showed me a photo that makes him look impressive, I would be excited about it. But that's not how girls think. Girls crave connection, insight into who you are, and how it would feel like to be in your presence. They want soul, and looking cool in your photos erases your soul and nukes any sense of connection that girls could be getting from your photos. Girls have a sixth sense for this stuff. They can sniff out a pretender from a mile away. There are 2 parts to this process: the paparazzi factor and the swipe girl. Let's start with the paparazzi factor. Remember what I said earlier about expressing you in your element? When we threw out the professional photographer rule book, we noticed that the more unposed a picture was, the more attention it got from women on dating apps. If you're going to take anything away from this video, it's this: the less you look like you're striking a pose in a photo, the more attractive and match-worthy you are. Trust me, this applies whether you're playing pool, gaming, or walking on a tightrope. And it's why we call it the paparazzi factor. We take flattering photos of you in your element, doing what you're gonna do anyway, acting like you're not aware of the camera. Next up, we have our secret weapon, the swipe girl. We asked, what do women want? And after spending weeks looking at forums, reading articles, listening to podcasts, trying to crack the code of what women want on dating apps, we found the ultimate answer to the question. Just hire a girl to look at every single shoot and pick the photos that she would swipe right on, and then comment in a voice memo exactly why she chose those photos. Problem solved. No more guesswork. Here's how all of this comes together in our hassle-free 5-step dating profile upgrade photo shoot framework. Number 1 is we have our onboarding call. Every single person I work with is different. Each person has different dating goals. Some guys want a player 2 to join them in their life campaign, and others want brief encounters that will leave wonderful memories. And all of these goals are amazing, and they all require a different approach. During the phone call, we'll become good friends as I figure out what exactly you want in your dating life and where you are and what exactly you and I get to work on to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And I want to make sure a dating profile photo shoot upgrade is exactly what you need, because there's a lot of factors that go into results and matches on dating apps, and it might not be a photo shoot that is right for you. If I feel like something else is better for you, I'll be upfront about it and I'll put you in touch with people who can help you more. Step number 2 is to plan your photo shoot. Around 1 to 2 weeks before our photo shoot, we'll have another call to discuss your goals, hobbies, and your lifestyle more in depth. This call gives me all the info that we need to capture your strengths, your unique strengths, in the best light. Step number 3 is the dating profile photo shoot. The shoot itself will be 5 to 6 hours long. I'll take at least 700 photos, sometimes as many as 2,000, completed in just one afternoon, and we'll hit 8 locations, capturing you in the best light in places that highlight your strengths. It sounds like a lot, but trust me, it is fun and it is exciting. Most guys I've worked with are nervous at the beginning, but a grand total of 0 are nervous at the end. I make these photo shoots fun so that you can relax, you can have a good time, so we can get you looking the best and the most relaxed in your photos on dating apps, and girls can feel that fun vibe coming through. Step number 4 is let me cook. This is where the magic happens, and yes, I have been waiting a while to use that phrase. Over the next few days to a week, I get a cup of the finest coffee I can get and curate and perfect your photos. I'm not saying catfishing here. What I'll do is take all your photos and make it look like you look on your best day. Every manly detail, every expression, everything perfected to make you feel like the catch you are. And step number 5 is to enjoy more matches and dates. Once we're done cooking your photos, You get a download link, and all you have to do is upload them to your dating apps of choice, follow the master swiper course that I give with every single photo shoot, and swipe away. And you'll be getting matches like the top 1% guy you are. Just imagine how much faster and easier it would be for you to have consistent, attractive women matching with you and wanting your time if you didn't have to crack the code yourself. Taking photo shoot after photo shoot to get that one perfect photo, and you could just use my experience and the only team in the world that understands the paparazzi factor to just do it for you. You could try figuring all this out yourself, wasting hours and hours to rediscover what I already spent hours and hours to discover. Or you could simply hire me and my team, and we'll guide you by the hand through the prep, the photo shoot, and how to use your photos afterwards, like the king you are. If we did that, do you think you could get a couple of attractive girls on dates in the next month? Of course you could. Heck, forget a couple of dates. Do you think that in the next 3 months, you could get more dates than you can handle with attractive women from dating apps if you had our guidance holding you by the hand and doing everything for you? So you could just sit back and enjoy the process, getting you the perfect dating profile, making you feel like a celebrity. Of course you could. Now, if you agree, there's only really 4 options moving forward. Option number 1 is you quit now and you accept a life of loneliness like a total loser. But you're not a loser, so I'll just move on to option number 2. Option number 2 is you go at this alone like you've been doing all along. You spend months or years of your life reading blogs, watching podcasts, trying to figure out how to take photos that work on dating apps on your own. You might be able to try to piece together a little bit of information, but all that time you've wasted and all that money you've wasted, maybe you only get a little bit of results. Option number 3 is you opt for a cheaper photographer who doesn't understand the paparazzi factor. You get clean professional photos and you upload them to the apps and you get the same results you've been getting, or maybe even worse, because now you feel posed and fake to women, and you end up feeling more lonely and discouraged than you were before. Or option number 4, you work side by side with me and my team. I literally hand you my meticulously crafted photo shoot prep course that I've perfected over the 170 plus clients that I've worked with so far. And you get an entire custom photo shoot led by the one and only team that understands the paparazzi factor, the one and only team in the world. And then after the photo shoot, you get my master swiper course to help you understand how to use the photos for the best of the algorithm so you can get the most matches and dates with the highest quality girls possible. And you get a free trial to my dating coaching and text support service. If you want that, I have great news. Right now, for the first time ever, I'm opening up access to my newest package. We'll take care of your process and your photos from start to finish, helping you stop being ignored on dating apps and starting to get attention of the women that you want to spend time with. Just like all the guys you've seen in this presentation. Alexi, who filled up his calendar with dates. Christopher, who went from no dates in a whole year to 2 dates just days after he upgraded his profile. And now he's seeing a girl that he really, really loves. Just like Sergio and Rishi and Rob, who found the love of their life, going on a bunch of dates after the profile upgrade and finding a girl they really, really jive with, and countless more. If you're still worried this won't work for you, I have something special to tell you. Your shoot is covered by our more matches guarantee. If we don't get you results within the first 30 days after you upgrade your profile, we will put our blood, sweat, and tears into getting you those results that we've promised. If this all sounds exciting to you, there's something very special I want to offer. A free 60-minute consultation with my team. Usually we offer that at $499 because considering the framework that we've gone over in this video, your situation is probably unique. There's probably some nuances that I'm not aware of, and you may still have questions. That's why I want to offer you a free, no obligation dating profile consultation on the house. Does this all sound good to you? The next step, click the button and book a call with me and we'll get you handled.